Yeah, 103.1 FM WAG. We got a special guest interview tonight on the Good Vibe Tribe radio show. We got Chlo. How you feeling tonight?
Hey, I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you for joining the Good Vibe Tribe radio show. You know what I'm saying? You've been putting out some dope music for real.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
No problem. We all been listening, you know what I'm saying, and staying updated. You know, we trying to, we all just trying to, support how we can, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, yeah, thank you.
No problem at all, you know what I mean? So where you representing from tonight, Chlo?
I'm from Fayetteville, 2-6.
Hey, the 2-6 in the building. Hey, that's what's up. So, like, before we get into your music, you know what I'm saying, I saw recently you had a show in Atlanta for the All Three Coast Festival.
A3C,
yeah. That's big
lit.
time.
Yeah, it was my first festival ever. It's so amazing, like, just to kind of, I don't know, for my first time, for it to be such a big deal, it was really, really special. And the crowd connectivity was amazing, and the energy, and it's like, it's moments like that where I'm like, oh, I'm doing this forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
so it was
dope.
beautiful, and just when I needed it.
Hey, that's what's up right
Yeah.
there. That's dope. So you doing that event next time around?
I hope so, yeah. I want to do it even bigger. I was underneath, so I did, it was like a showcase, so if you see held the event or whatever, but then Carefree Black Girl podcast actually like put on the stage that I was on. It was a Carefree Black Girl stage.
Right.
So yeah, they've invited me back. I'm actually hoping to do a show in January with them. They just invited me there, so
Hey.
I love Atlanta. I love the scene. I'm there. Atlanta, I'm there. Come get me. I love it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You heard it from me, you know what I mean? Chlo performing in Atlanta in January. That's in Atlanta in January?
Yeah, in January. Yeah, January 12th, I think that's what she said. Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's dope right there, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to have, artists that's, stepping outside of the state and making moves all around the country like that, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of artists in the Triad area that, make moves and stuff. And sometimes it's not out of state or anything, but the fact that you're going out of state, it's like kind of take it to the next level. And we're glad to, support you on that as well, for real.
Yeah, and that's the biggest part is the support. And I noticed, and what I love about Atlanta specifically is that the community, especially the creative community, they lean on each other and they lend a hand toward each other. So that's something that I wanted to bring back to my home state, North Carolina, is I want us to, build together, because there's just so much power and wealth and unity. And so that's what I'm pushing right now, is that togetherness will, propel us so far. That's
what's up.
Yeah.
I from the research that I've done, I've seen that Atlanta, you're right about that. They definitely support each other more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's dope right there. That's something that I'm trying to understand why they don't do that in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think it's just like a fear aspect. I think people like really want what they want, and when you're passionate about something, you might like risk it all. So I think that sometimes people get a little bit fearful that they're not going to make it, and they don't want to, if they lend a hand, then whatever, you'll beat them to it or whatever. But that's the boundary, and that's what's holding people back. So I hope that, we can all come together as artists, as different creatives. It's so important to just collaborate. So that's what I'm about.
Hey, that's dope right there. You know what I'm saying? That energy that you have is going to take you far, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem on that. So, like, how do you feel when you, partake in these performances like that? Like, how do you feel? I know you gotta feel nervous or like something like that at times.
We were just talking about this at my last show. It's not even a nervous energy, not necessarily to perform, because I have kind of a performance background. Like, my family, we're hosts and performers. My uncle's a dancer, and that's what we do to get in front of people. It's, that's the fun part of it. But I think with that same like extroverted energy that I have to kind of be a people pleaser, the nervousness or any of the anxiety comes from everything before performing, because I know I got that in the bag. That's my talent, you know what I mean? But everything before, I want when people come to my shows to be comfortable, and I don't, I want to be out there and be like, if you need anything, come directly to me. But I'm learning, like, as an artist, I have to be in the back and let go so much. So I feel nervous, I do, but not really to sing or, to perform.
That's what's up. So your thought process sounds like it's mainly more focused on a performance rather than, actually giving your mind time to actually be nervous like that.
Yeah, I think Well, being independent, like, there's so much that I have to do on my own, so I don't, it's like my mind is spread out between so many different things. I'm thinking of all the background and the technical aspects of putting on a show, and then I have to think of the forefront and the face of being an artist, and how I need to present myself, but how also my surroundings need to be presented. So it's like, it's crazy because I have to, I almost don't think of it until it's the afterthought, you know, until I finally take a breath and I'm like, oh, this is over. And we do shows like quick. Like I say that I want to do a show and I have a small group of people, and that we just come together and hopefully make it happen in like weeks. So it's the afterthought when I finally think of like, okay, how did we do all that? I need to go back and replan and revisit some things, but
hey, that's what's up.
It's very quick, yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, you know what I mean? Performing, making big moves out here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Hey, but I listened to that Story Behind album though. That joint is cold right there. I'm not even gonna lie.
Thank you.
For real, you really snapped on that Snapchat and Monte Carlo, for real.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. So like on that whole album, you know what I mean? How did that album come together for you?
It was different pieces. Snapchat was written as soon as I heard the beat. Monte Carlo was written in different pieces. I went to New York for New Year's with a friend, and like it just came, like different things just came like in the city, or music is so fluid for me. It comes at different times. I'm inspired and motivated to write whole songs or just one lyric or at different pieces. So Speechless is the oldest song. I think it was written 2 years ago, but everything else was kind of a from all the same chapter of my life. I like break it up in that way. So
that's dope.
But there's no, I try to just, you know, let it come to me and let it flow as naturally as possible. So it's never really too manipulated and like sit down right time.
I understand that. Hey, that's dope right there. You know what I'm saying? That shows like, you know, the true creativity, and that's why the album kind of flows the way it does too. That definitely is a good explanation for it.
Thanks.
But yeah, no problem. That joint is dope. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, so do you write like all the time, like every day, or do you write just like you said?
I'm so like hyper emotional. So everything, I'm affected by everything. So I just call it inspiration. So I can be triggered to be sad or happy or whatever, you know, so easily. And I think it's just kind of my that's my little like silver lining to myself, is so when these moments come, I try to just jot them down. Even if it's just a journal, I noticed the feeling and the honestness of the truth of my feeling in a specific moment will connect with people more. So I even have gone back to my journals and have looked, and when I felt a specific thing and kind of built off that to create a track. Okay. And those definitely hit and connect. So that's what I'm going to try to go back to with my next project.
That's dope right there, you know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Hey, no problem, you know what I mean? You taking it to the next level for real out here. Heard you got a new album coming up soon.
Yeah, I do. It's called Girl Talk. It's dropping on, I don't know exactly the date, but January. I want to get it out at the top of the year. Okay. Just to kind of set the message for the year for me, and I hope for my female listeners. I want to illustrate the beautiful space of after heartbreak and how much beauty there is after.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really think about it like that, but it really is like positivity and a bright side to, you know what I'm saying, when you get past someone, the breakup stage.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think with the story behind it was from such kind of a dark time and a low point for me, that when I verbalized that it did connect with people, but I want to be just to remind, just because I got a large response from women and from young girls too. So I just wanted to put my next project to be a little bit brighter, and just to be a reminder that brighter days are always around the corner.
Hey, that's what's up right there. We definitely looking forward to that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to spin that track. You got in a few here, you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
And so, like, Chlo, who are your role models in the music industry right now?
Right now, I'm really inspired by, I don't know, like, as so much, and if they're, like, like relevant in the music industry as far as like charts on the radio or tracks on the radio or anything. But I've always been inspired by Lauryn Hill. I'm inspired by honesty, and I'm inspired by artists that can evoke a diversity of emotion. So I've always been inspired by Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu, Jill Scott. I say those women like taught me what love was. So I think that I'll never be able to get away from them. But I listen to Solange a lot at home. Abra, we've been listening to in the house. Abra is an artist that's really cool. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of women that inspire me and that sometimes like make me cry. I think that's awesome when I'm like listening to a story and it's in the form of song and it just like pulls at me, you know. So
Hey,
that's what inspires me in general in life. I just like to be, you know, to feel something from someone always is cool.
Hey, that's dope right there, you know what I'm saying? That's real, because it's a lot of artists, you know what I mean? Not to put them down or anything, because they make dope songs, but sometimes, you know, you listen to it one time, and it's just kind of, you know, a party song or something.
Yeah, I think that there's spaces for all music, you know? I think just with all things, there's a time and a place, and I think that life would be so boring without those, you know, if we, like, didn't have anything to jump to or reach to. And it also, I had to learn, like, people are just affected so differently by different things, and so it might be, you know, that might be their song that makes them cry or whatever, but I think that's the beauty of it, is that how different it can affect people and how the take can be so different. Everybody's perspective is so different. So
Hey, that's real.
yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? That, like I said, the energy that you have tonight on Good Vibe Tribe Radio.
Good Vibe Tribe.
Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that shout out. But the energy you got is definitely, like I said, gonna take you to long places.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
And at the end of the day, a lot of people put out a lot of dope music, but sometimes it comes down to the artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Their personality.
That's very true, but I think in life, and like I've had to start thinking about music and myself as a business, and that I'm, you know, who I am as an artist is a business. And so what I think is people want to invest in you rather than everything around you, rather than a company or anything else. They want to know who you are. So that's my whole big thing, is that I push this truth and this honesty pedal, is that I just put myself out there and like expose myself in a sense so that people can take it or leave it. And I think that there's a respect level that comes with it. And so that's another thing that I want people to take away, you know. I hope that my music and who I am can be like a give and take and energy exchange for people who are around me. So I learn so much from other people, so I'm hoping to be able to pass that on.
Hey, that's real.
Yeah.
Real. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's dope right there. It definitely does become a business, though.
Yeah, it does become a business, and you have to operate like almost like you're the product, and that's what I had to separate, because I wanted to do it all, but you have to hone in and perfect what you're really good at. So I'm really good at writing songs, and I'm really good at singing, and so I needed to spend all of my time doing that. And that's when you can't be afraid to ask for help, and you can't be afraid to use your resources and think creatively outside of the box, because you can't stretch yourself too thin. And that's I don't know. There's so much to it, you know. It's so difficult, and it's evolving and ever growing. You have to come up with new ways to stay high and new ways to do this all the time. So that's, you know, that's the business.
Hey, that's next level thinking right there. You know what I'm saying? We got Chlo in here. So, what really, like, what are your future plans with your music career? You know what I'm saying?
What I really hope to do, in the grand scheme, I guess, is just, for me personally, I wanna tour. I know that I wanna continue to create music, and I wanna share it with people. Overall, I think what I need from it, you know, what we'll consider like the success of me, is how deeply that my message of love will spread. So I want to affect as many people I can with light and with love, and I want to spread that as far as I can. So when people respond to me and in the way that they do, I feel like I'm winning already, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess every day I just hope to do a little bit more than I did the day before. and that's kind of pushing me right now.
So where can we find your music at though?
You can find me everywhere. Every major streaming site, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. You can get me for free. Download it, stream it. You do not have to buy my music. I love you. If you Snapchat it to me, if you add it to me on Twitter, you can get it on, I'm going to drop a new song on SoundCloud tonight. I'm starting on my SoundCloud.
Word.
So, yeah, I was super excited to come on here. So, I'm going to do that as a reward. So, yeah, you can get my music iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, anywhere, title. It's called The Story Behind. My artist name is Chlo. Chlo. That's me.
Hey, shout out to Chlo in the building. You got any shout outs tonight on the Good Vibe Tribe radio show?
Yeah, I'm going to shout out my mom. I love you, Mom. And I'm going to shout out the cameraman, Anthony. Shout out to the motherland. I'm going to shout out Good Vibes Tribe all day long. You know me.
Appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you taking the time and joining the Good Vibe Tribe radio show tonight, for real. You know what I'm saying? We definitely thank you, because I know you have a busy schedule out here with the, traveling and everything like that. And we want to thank you for taking that time, for real.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me. I always am so grateful to be able to share my piece.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Thank you for inviting me on.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And this single Monte Carlo right here from Chlo, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow her. What's your social media we can follow you at?
Chlo the God. CHLOTHEGOD. You know me.
Hey, you heard it from her, you know what I'm saying? Chlo the God in the building. Go ahead and follow her on social media. Hey, Good Vibe Tribe Radio Show 103.1 FM. This next track right here, Chlo, Monte Carlo. It's a classic song right here. Y'all need to definitely tune in and listen to this and check it out on iTunes, Spotify, and more. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check it out. Chlo, Monte Carlo, 103.1.
My baby, my baby.
My baby's Monte Carlo got me feeling so fly. We ride around the city with 2 6 in the sky. I love it